in the ICM CFD related to geometry modeling. So the same can be practiced at your home so that you can remember a long time, right? Now, any governing equations, so-called mass conservation equation, momentum conservation, and energy conservation, will be simplified based on the involvement of physics in the realistic problem. So basically, the CFD code typically designed for representation of specific flow phenomena. You know, viscous versus inviscous, like viscous flows and inviscous fluid flow. That can be studied based on a Reynolds number, and also the flow can be laminar or turbulent, can be classified based on the Reynolds number. And we know incompressible and compressible flow. For example, fluid flow through a pipe is known as incompressible flow, right? Whereas gas in a IC engine compression process, it is during compression process, it is considered as compressible gas. So gas is compressible gas. Now, handling of this compressible flow phenomena and incompressible flow phenomena is also possible with the CFD code. And single and multi-phase. Let's say a water is flowing through a pipe will be considered as single phase. When a steam is flowing through a pipe, it can be modeled as multi-phase because while it is traveling through the pipe, there is a chances of condensation formation. So you can observe two phases in the flow. One is gaseous phase, which is steam. Second one is liquid phase. And moreover, there are the phase change materials. Initially, the phase is solid. For example, wax, right? It has different forms, right? Rubitherm 28, Rubitherm 52, and so on. The wax has lots of phases. Initially, its phase is solid. Upon taking heat from source, its phase will be converted to liquid, so that it is absorbing the heat from the source. So that is also possible with the CFD. And thermal and density effects like temperature effect and density effect. Like in a compressible flow, density is changes. So those effects also solved using CFD code by solving energy equation. So basically, this energy equation consists of pertinent parameters like Reynolds number, Prandtl number, and free surface force and surface tension forces. These are like droplet physics. Droplet physics, their Froude number and Weber numbers come into picture. Basically, these are some non-dimensional numbers which we explored in a fluid mechanics subject. And chemical reactors and mass transfer, like species transport also called. Like the mass transfer occurs where there is a density difference, whereas heat transfer occurs where is the temperature difference. So that is the fundamental. Now, simplify the realistic partial differential equation upon imposing the assumptions. So what you need to understand is to solve a fluid flow behavior, you must have fundamentals knowledge on fluid mechanics and heat transfer. In addition to numerical methods. So that you can understand what are the various occurs generally come in picture while we using the CFD softwares and how can we overcome them. So this is basic fluid mechanics classification. This is well known to everybody. No need to repeat again. Basically, fluid mechanics flows either internal or external. And just now, I have explained fluid flow over a building. It is external flow. And fluid flow through a pipe. It is an internal flow. And also aerofoil design. In case of submarine, fluid flow over a submarine also will be considered as, I mean, the fluid is there, seawater. So seawater flow over a submarine shape also considered as external flow. As I mentioned, the governing equations are three types. Mass conservation, which is also known as continuity. Second one is momentum conservation equations, which is derived based on the Newton's law of motion. Third one is energy conservation, which is derived based on the first law of thermodynamics. So we are not going detail the derivations and each term in the governing equation, but we must know before we start any CFD software, we must know these are the equations will be handled by the solver, and the equation basically in a three-dimensional. So the case which are considered like 2D or 3D, and the appropriate assumptions like steady or unsteady, compressible or incompressible. Upon imposing all the assumptions, the terms will be simplified, right? Then you will get a final partial differential equation, right? So these partial differential equations will be solved by the solver by imposing or by adopting a numerical method. And there are the various numerical methods in um, in solving the PDEs in case of a FDM or in case of a FEM or in case of a FEM. So as I mentioned, currently we are using the Fluent solver. So Fluent solver uses finite volume method. So we'll just brief about what are the various solution methods available in the Fluent, right? Solution methods available in the Fluent, and we can also come across while studying various case studies, while discussing various case studies like transient problem, study problem, phase change involved problem, porous media problem, right? So we'll come across all the like what method is best for solving this type of problem. That is also important because selection of problem method also important to save time basically and computation expenses as well. So let me brief about this engineering approach which I explained just now, because you understand you might have understand what are the governing equations as of now. So in this case, the domain is fin tube heat exchanger. That means its objective is to solve the energy equation, right? And also momentum and mass. All three will come. If you are not interested in heat transfer, then Fluent solver or solver will not worry about the energy equation. It will take into only continuity and momentum. This is as a whole one problem formulation and its relevant discussion. So this is enough to understand about the governing equations. So let me start the geometry modeling. As I mentioned, for a pre-processing, we are using ICEM CFD to create a geometry and meshing. So let me share ICEM CFD software screen. So give me 1 minute. First, I'll explain what are the various controls and various panels. This is screen. So this is ICEM CFD screen. You can find this ICM CFD screen. I have a 19.2 version. You can type in the search window search, like you can type ICEM CFD and you can select, then this screen will be appeared on your computer, right? So first, let us look into what are the various panels. You can see geometry panel, mesh panel, blocking, edit mesh, and these are the properties, constraints, loads will be generally used for FEA solver, right? So currently we are solving only fluid dynamics problems. So we are interested up to edit mesh. In the geometry panel, point command, line, surface, and body. And also this is topology will be enabled once you create a geometry on a screen. Remember, ICM CFD starts like it works based on the generation of points, lines, surfaces, right? Of course, there are some standard geometry also available like cylinder and cuboid shape. You can directly create, and you need to customize as per your requirement. So first we will start geometry modeling a simple square. Before that, you must know the controls using the mouse. See, mouse left button is used to select any particular command in a toolbar. So I have selected create a point using left mouse button, because while you operating the ICM CFD geometry modeling software, you have to use mouse left button, right button, and middle. So you can see these are the relevant point commands. You can define by you can define a point by selecting randomly on the screen, and you can define by creating the coordinates or based on the coordinates. And let's say you want to edit the geometry. So the base point and corresponding distance is helpful. So I will explain this. We will explore all the commands one by one. So let me start a simple square geometry. For that, I'm using explicit coordinate method. So my square is 1 by 1. So by default, first point is 0, 0. Anyway, 2D. So no need to worry about z direction. Click apply. So you can see that the point is appeared on the screen, right? And as I mentioned, the dimensions of the square is 1 by 1. So the 1 along x direction. Click apply. And the second point also generated. And what you can just fit window so that both 2 points will be appear, like it will be fit on the window. The third point is 1, 1. So it is created, but if you want to visualize on the screen, click on fit window. So this is the third point. This is the third point. And this is the fourth point. And using this scroll button, you can zoom and unzoom the points. Right? So points are successfully generated. Now we need to generate the lines. For that, go to line command, create a or modify curve. And there are the several line commands also. We will explore each. The first one is generate line from points. Generate line from points. Right? Anyway, it is a straight line. You can use the first one from points. And once you select this from points, it will ask you, you can see on the white window, select locations with left button. And if the selection is okay, you need to press middle button. And if it is not okay, like it's not correct point, you need to right click, mouse right click to cancel or to deselect the point. So for example, this is the first point and this is the second point, and the joining is correct. So you successfully generated line. Now you need to click middle button. That means first line is generated. So that you can verify in the geometry tree. Go there. Curve line was enabled. Earlier it was not there actually. That you can see by undoing this. If you just take the curve, you cannot see any curve because no curve was generated. Right? If you untick the points, the generated points will be disappeared. Right? So again, let me generate a point, a line. Left click on first point, left click on second point, and line is successfully generated. So middle click so that the selection is done. And second point, third point, using left mouse button, and selection is okay. Then done with the middle button. Similarly, third and fourth point, click middle, so line is generated. And combine 4 and 1, select middle button. Suppose you assume that the point which is selected is not correct. So you can simply deselect it. Like if you just click on right mouse button, that will be deselected. See, initially I selected, let me zoom it first so that we can. This is the fourth point and this is the first point. Suppose if you don't want to connect this point, just right click on the first point, so line will be disappeared, right? That means you have just deselect the point. I want to create a line, so let me select this first point. Line is generated. Click on middle button. Finally, all 4 lines are generated, and you can visualize those lines. And still, it shows a plus symbol means it is in a geometry. I mean, line generation from the points. So to disappear, you just click on dismiss. Then again, it will come back to the cursor mode, right? So you can just visualize in isometric view. These are the 4 lines we created. Once you create the lines, you can generate a surface from the lines, right? For that, click create or modify surface. Then these are the relevant surfaces. These are the relevant commands in a surface command. So if you see, first one is simple surface. By selecting the 4 lines, you can generate, or by selecting 3 lines, or by selecting the lines, you can generate a simple surface. And this is curve driven option. We can explore that one. So let me take a simple surface, left click, and the arrow mode will be converted into cursor mode. Select first line, second line, third line, and fourth line. And the selection is okay. Click on middle button. And you can see the surface is enabled under the geometry tree. To visualize the surface, go to this wireframe mode. Actually, it is in wireframe mode. Go to the surface mode. So solid fill display. So this is surface created. Okay. One more thing, participants, we can address all your questions at the end of the session. So you can type your questions in the chat box. I think the surface is successfully generated. Let me dismiss the command. So you can visualize this is the surface. If you untick, the surface is disabled. If you tick, the surface is enabled. And if you want, you can change the color. The change of color is here is not good. While we create a part, that is a good. Like once we give the names of part, there we can change the color. That would be better. Right. So this is a simple surface. Now, let me explore other point commands. For that, untick the surface, go to the point command again. Point command again. I just want to create a similar square at a distance 10 units from this existing square. I'm repeating. I want to generate a similar square at a distance 10 units from the existing. So to do, you can choose base point and delta. Before that, generate one center point. Let's say you want to generate a center point for this square. For that, you can go to center of 3 points. Like this command is helpful to generate a center point for an existing points. So we have 3 points. Select 1, 2, 3. Now you can visualize this center point, right? And moreover, while you are operating in any command, if you want to disable temporarily, you can use this toggle dynamics. Just now I have clicked on this toggle dynamic. That's why I was able to come out from the this command. If I click it on again, now the arrow mark mode will be turned into plus mode. That means cursor mode. That means currently I am in a this center of 3 points mode. Right? It will be helpful to operate in between. Suppose temporarily I disabled so that I can view the geometry. I can scroll by using long press left button. Right? If you long press left button, you can scroll the geometry, or else you can click on isometric view. And if you click on any axis, it will come back to the 2D mode, right? So all these things can be done. So it is very helpful while we generate a model, whether we are generating a correct geometry or not. Correct. So I'm just disabling the toggle mode. Now my cursor mode is coming to the means. Again, come back to the this center of 3 points. So center is successfully created. Let me dismiss this. Again, I just want to go to isometric view. What we're trying to, we would like to generate a same square at a distance 10 units from the center of the square. So again, go to the point command, go to base point and delta, right? Base point and delta. Like select the base point. For the time I'm selecting the center of the square, left click, so it is selected. You can see the point is highlighted. You can see the surrounding of the point is somewhat highlighted with the yellow line. That means you have selected, right? And selection is done. And you need to specify the delta, means how much distance you want to generate a similar point from using this base point. And the direction also very important. You can see this point is in a exactly at the 0. Now you want to create a point in a negative z direction, right? So this will be negative z direction. So what I do, I'll give the minus 10 z coordinate dz as delta along z direction as minus 10. So if you just give the number and click middle button and click on fit window, the point is created. You can see this point is created at a distance 10. Right? Suppose if you want to create the same point before this, instead of after this point, you can, if you want to create before this, just give dimension as plus 10. Give dimension as plus 10. To do that, click this base point and delta and pan command also you can use. Like if you long press the middle button, you can move the geometry, like it is called pan, right? So pan command, how you can long press the middle button, long press the middle mouse button. Okay, so you want to select this point, right? Disable the toggle dynamics, select this and give the dimension as plus 10. Then select the middle button, fit window. You can see the point before this existing point is created. Suppose you don't want this point, like you want to delete this point. You can go in the geometry toolbar. You can see at the end, last but 5, delete point command. Click delete point. It will ask you select the point. I want to delete this point. So it will be highlighted with the black color. And if the selection is okay, click on middle mouse button. The point will be deleted. And dismiss, fit window. Now this is your geometry window. So we have created a point at a distance 10 units from the base point. But our objective is to create same square at a distance of this. So simply there are the multiple options, but to explore this command, Let me use this base point again, right? So select this point and give z direction. All are in minus 10, right? So give minus 10. The point is created. Similarly, this point, middle button, already dimension is created. So left click, middle, left click, middle. So you can see all points required to generate a square surface on other side also successfully done, right? Now just again use this line command to join all the points. 1, 2, done. 2, 3, done. 3, 4, done. 4, 5, done. Also, you can join this one point line, this line, this line, this. So simply it is a 1 by, 10 by 1 by 1 bar, right? 10-meter length, 1 meter width, and 1 meter breadth bar. So as of now, we have explored two commands, right? Two commands, actually three commands. This center of the points also be used. And sometimes you want to generate a points on existing line, or let's say this is one point, this is another point, and you connected with the line. Suppose if you would like to generate a number of points on the line, that can also be possible. There are the plenty of options. First, we'll use based on two locations. Left click. It asks you to select a method. There are the two methods. One is parameters method, another one is endpoint method. If you select endpoint method, it will ask you how many points you want to generate between two locations. I am just giving 3 points. The locations are, this is the first and second. And you can see this between first and last point, 3 points are generated. That means the delta t, the distance between each point will be calculated by software itself. And sometimes you have a specific distance from the point. Sometimes you have a specific distance from the point. Then you can select parameter method. And you want to generate at a distance, let's say 3 units from, yeah, it is parameters, right? Parameters. If you give 3, and the number of points automatically will be decided based on this dimension. What I do, I'll just delete the existing generated points once, and again go to the point command. Based on locations, method is parameter method. Let me give 2 because the length of the rod is 10 units. Select first and last. First and last. Just a second. Visible mode. Okay. Number of points we have given, let's say parameter. Yes. Let me give 2. Or else we can do one thing. It has to develop. I just want to generate the lines between these 2 points. Let me give distance is 0.5. So middle point is successfully generated. And if you give distance like 0.1, we'll see how many points will be generated between these two. Let me delete this point. Yeah, because you may get doubt, why do you want to generate the points in between? It is very much essential when you create structured mesh, because structured mesh give the high orthogonal quality, right? So you can easily get the good orthogonal quality mesh. So if I give parameter as 0.1, I want to select this point and this point. So at a distance 0.1 from this point at a distance 0.1, one point is created, right? If you give number of points 10 and select these 2 points, and 3 points will be selected. And moreover, when we study the boundary layer flow, I mean boundary layer flow over a plate or any computational domain, we are very much interested in taking the drag force near, like y plus value has to be successfully created, right? So the boundary layer growth near the surface is very much important. So there you need to create very closer points and you need to create a denser mesh. So that is possible because that is possible with this technique. So as of now, let me pick the curves. So we have explored this command also, generation of points on a line. So similarly, you can repeat for n methods for the 5. Let's say I selected this line. So this is actually points, no? Similarly, you can create parameters on the line. Let's say I have an existing line. Let's say I have an existing line. I want to generate certain points on the line. So what I do, I'll go to the parameter along a curve. So I'll give endpoint method. I just want to generate 5 points and click on curve, select this curve, 5 points will be created. See, why we are very much interested in ICM CFD, because the interface between this and Fluent Solver is very like very friendly, we can say. Like if the domain has a contact, like if the computational domain has both solid and fluid contact, it is very much important to create a shadow zones, right? So ICM is uses starting from generation of points, lines, and the surface and body. So there won't be any kind of mismatch and there won't be any kind of in contact interfaces. So interfaces will be successfully generated. That is very much essential when you conduct the simulations, right? So when you use this software, the Fluent will be easily create shadow zones. Those shadow zones are very much important when you conduct conjugate heat transfers, right? Conjugate heat transfer analysis. So this is also one of the methods. Suppose if you want to project a point on a line, let's say you have the existing line and you want to project this point. Now go to project points to curve. It will ask you first curve, select a curve. I want to project a point on this curve. So select, it is highlighted and select a point. Suppose I want to, let's say I want to project this point in this line. So select this point, sorry, select this point. So if the selection is done, click middle button. So the point is successfully projected on the line. Let me repeat same procedure. I just want to project a point on the line. So it will ask you select a curve. So left click and middle button. So the selection of the curve is done. Once the curve is done, then the highlighted will remains visible on the screen and it will ask you to select the point. So let's say I want to project this point, this and these 3 points. So point selection also done and click middle button. Then all points are successfully projected on the line. Right. And if you want to get the curve intersection, like you have two curves, and if you want to get the intersection point, that is also possible with curve intersection. Of course, here we don't have any curve, but we can do that one also. Yeah. 1 minute. This is curve intersection. So for that, we need to create one curve. I just want to draw two lines to understand this command. I'm connecting this point and this. Done. You can see this is the new line created. It is clear in this visualization. And similarly, let me project one point. Go to point command, project one point on the line. Select this curve. So select this curve and project this point. Now I'll connect this and this. And you can see, to understand this phenomenon, let me delete the unwanted line. I don't want this. So these two are intersected. Whether intersected or not, we can verify. Go to the point command, go to curve intersection, select this curve and this curve. So a point is created means these two are in intersection. So the purpose of creating this intersection point, you can trim unwanted lines. You can trim unwanted lines also. Okay. As a whole, the first one is explicit coordinates, where you need to specify the coordinates. So that means once you finalize the problem definition, you have a rough sketch on your paper, and you must have the coordinates of each point. Not necessarily each point, at least the base surface. Using the once you draw on the base surface, and using this base and delta command, you can generate the remaining surfaces of the computational domain. You can generate the remaining surfaces of the computational domain, right? That's why you need to have all the dimensions, right? When you create a geometry using this ICM, it is better to generate in mm. All dimensions are in mm. Later, once you import it into the, like once you generate the mesh and import it into the solver, there you can convert into meters. It is always better to have all dimensions are in mm. You can see that there is a one command, last project a point to surface. Let's say I have one surface, I want to project a point. That can also be done. For that, let me delete one point. I just want to delete this point, and I'll create a surface, because as of now I have not created any surface. You can, of course, one surface is there. Let's say this first surface. Others are still lines. So let me create one surface. Surface. Go to surface command. Simple surface command. Left click. Select all the lines. Middle button. So surface is generated. You can visualize it. Now I want to project the point on the first surface to the other surface, right? Moreover, these points are hill. I want to project this point. There is a one point. You can visualize this point onto the this surface. So to do, go to points command again. There is a last command, project point on a surface. So once you select, it will convert it into cursor mode, right? You convert it into cursor mode, and it will ask you to select the surface. So this is the surface. You can visualize it is highlighted. So click middle button. So surface is selected. You can see the surface is selected here, and it will ask you to select a point. I want to select this point. It is highlighted, middle button, and that point is successfully projected on a surface. Earlier it was not there. Now you can see the surface receives that point. Right. So these are the various commands will be useful to transfer point one place to, means one point another point, like one coordinate another coordinate, so that whatever may be the complexity of the geometry, it may involve various curves and some intersections. You can easily generate using this points command. Okay. Now I'll just give some time to address your doubts. Since we have covered all the point comments, if you have any doubts, you can type in the chat box so that I can resolve you corresponding doubts. Yeah, I have one question. Can we need to fix or not required? So what do you mean by this question? I did not get. Can we need to fix? So can you explore? Means can you explain this question again? Okay, I think no doubts in the points command. So all the commands are well explored. Let me dismiss this and yeah, we got one question. Okay, no need to fix her. Like there is a constraints also important when you solve a structural case. Since it is a fluid dynamics, no need to give the constraints, because in our fluid dynamics case, constraint boundary conditions are the constraint, that those conditions we will impose in the fluid solver. So no need to give any constraints. Like no need to fix any constraints. Simply you need to use the global coordinate system, define the coordinate of each point, and start the generation of points and generate the lines. Okay. Now we'll explore some commands in the line. Gambit and ICM CFD, Gambit, both are similar approach, but Gambit has some limitations. Those are overcome with the ICEMC. Gambit has lots of limitations, so that can be easily overcome, and it is user friendly as well. Gambit, it is older version than ICEM is user friendly to generate the computational commands. Okay, let me go to the curve command. Anyway, first we explore. So before that, let me delete some unwanted curves. So delete the curve. Again, you can go to delete curve command. It will ask you to select curve. Don't want to this curve, and I don't want to these points. And if you want to delete bulk points, select, and there is an option called select items in a polygonal region. Or you can, suppose if you want to delete all the points, suppose if you want to delete all the points, you can select all appropriate visible. If you select this, and whatever may be the points visible on the screen will be deleted. And you can undo it, right? You can undo it. And let me go back to the one question I got. We created two center points on two faces. How they are used? Yes, as I mentioned, these points are useful while you generate a mesh. At the same time, suppose if you want to connect them, or if you want to extend the a bar with a different shape, right? For the different shape, again, you must have a base point. So main intention of the transfer of point from one coordinate to another coordinate. That is only as per your requirement, because the geometry only tells you, right? So these are all, we are just exploring various commands. But anyway, when you come to the problem, it is individual. It will only guide you at what location you need to use a particular command. So main objective is to let us explore all the commands available in the geometry toolbar. Okay, right. So let me come back to this. When you select this visible, all the points which are visible on the screen will be deleted. Suppose you want to specific some region, you can select this polygonal region. So it will ask you to draw the region. I just want to delete these 2 points. I'm just doing with the left mouse button, right? If you don't want, you just right click the mouse button, that will be deselected. I just did the right click of the mouse button. Again, I just left click with the polygon region. This region, I don't want. What are maybe the points available in this region? I don't want. So middle is done. So 2 points are selected. If you select OK, those points will be disappeared, means deleted. Okay. Before that, I just want to delete this line also, because to explore one command, I want to delete this surface as well, and I want to delete the points. Delete this. Okay. And I want to delete this line also. Anyway, these points are unnecessary. Let me delete. So this center point remains there, right? Yes. Fit window. So this is our geometry currently. What I do is, I'll go to the line command. Anyway, first one is from points we created. Second one, if you want to create an arc, there are the 3 points. It requires 3 points. So just select the 3 points. 1, 2, 3. One curve is created. Right? Undo. And next one is circle. To create a circle, we have 2 options. One is center of the circle and 2 points on the circumference. Second one is center and radius. So let me give first method, center and 2 points. It will ask you points. You have to select 3 points. In that, one must be center. So this is the center, and other 2 points must be on the region, means on the surface of the circle. So like that, you can generate a circle, right? Suppose if you have a specific radius, let me undo it. You can specify the radius like same 0.707, because diagonal is root a by 2, that you know already, right? So it will ask you point, center. If no need to be center, it can be any 3 points. Let me choose 3 points on the circle. So automatically center will be selected. But if your center is specific, you have to select the center. Like if I reduce the radius, let us see how the circle. Instead of 0.0707, let me give the 0.25. Now select center and 2 points. So this is circle generated with a radius 0.25. 0. Like that, you can create a circle using center and 2 points and center and radius. If you know the radius, you can give the radius. And next, modify the curve. Before that, let me explain the segment curve. If you want to divide a curve. So to do that, let me create one line. Go to line command. First one is, we don't have a point here, right? Anyway, we'll create one line and go to segment endpoint. So let me create one point. I just want to divide this line into two equivalent parts. I have created one line, right? I want to divide this line into two equivalent parts. So let me create one middle point on the curve. Go to point command. Go to based on two locales or parameter along curve. Anyway, it is same. If you give one point, select the curve. So middle point is created. And I want to divide this line into two. If you just see, this is a single curve that can be verified using this delete curve command. If you just select the delete curve command, see this is a single line, but I want to divide into two lines. To divide the to segment the existing curve, go to line command, go to segment curve. It will ask you method. Segment by point, curve, plane, connectivity, wrangler. So we have a point. Let me select the segment by point. Curve. This is my curve. And it will ask you point. This is the point. Then select middle button. Now the single curve is divided into two curves. You can see the response in the console. So done curves into curve 21 and curve 22. Earlier the curve name is 20. It is divided into curve 21 and curve 22. You can cross verify by using this delete curve command. You can see earlier it was a single curve. Now it is divided into, this is the first curve. This is the second. If you want to delete this curve, simply select and this is deleted. Like that, you can use segment curve command to delete unwanted line. Right? So this is one of the important command generally we use while we generate a geometry. While we create a geometry. Concatenate reapproximation. It's like when there are the two curves want to close up or approximate with some tolerance. That can be done. So create a midline. Let's say I have two lines. Again, to explain this command, let me create two lines. To do that, I just want to create one point here. Let me delete this point, no need at all. You can see I have created one point using base point method. So let me generate two lines. Okay. Now, for example, if you want to generate a midline, go to line command. There is a command called create a midline. From two curves, select first curve, second curve, and middle line is created. But you can see only line created, but points are not created on the ends of the line. To get the points, go to point command. There is an option, there is a command called curve ends. So you can select a curve, the points at the end, points will be created at the end of the selected curve or the newly generated curve. Right? Because using this line again, you can generate a box kind, like if your geometry consists some kind of multi-layer, you can treat it as this is one layer, this is second layer, right? In case of 2D, let's say multi-layer. If you want to generate in 3D, what you can do, you just connect, let's say, I want to connect this point and this point. You can see it is intersected with the curve. But in your original case, what should you do? You have to, means the realistic geometry, this has to be removed. The middle part, this has to be removed. How can you do that? Either you can get the intersection point and use the segment curve command to delete the curve portion which is inside the circuit. That can also be done. Let me do this, get the curve intersection. So this is one curve, this is another curve. I got two intersection points. Now I would like to bisect the curve. For that, I'm just going the segment curve command. This is the curve. This curve must be segmented between this point and this point. So whenever I'm just telling you selection means I'm using mouse left button. Once selection is okay, click middle button. So operation successfully executed. Now the curve is segmented like it is trimmed. To delete the inner part, go to delete curve, go to delete curve, select the curve, delete. And if you don't want to point, you can also delete the same. But you can see this front view. This, if you untick the point, you can visualize it. So this is the shape we got by using this essential curve and line commands. Any doubts as of now? Please give me in the chat box. If you have any doubts, give me in the chat box. Okay, so I'll continue. So go to the line command. What are the commands we explore? The first one is from points, generation of line from points, generation of arc, circle, segment, parallel, and this is reapproximation that can be done, and project curve on surface, which is very similar to project point on a surface. Right? Project on a surface, project line on a surface is very easy. Now let me create the surfaces. So I'm going to the create or modify surface. Anyway, first one we successfully explored. Next, go to this second command, which is curve driven command. So to execute this command, let me enable the points. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a center axis because I already have center points on the front surface and the center point on the other hand. So let me create one line. This point and this point. So I have created a center line, right? Now what I want to do, I just create a cylindrical bar. Create a cylindrical bar surface. Actually it is surface. So create a cylindrical bar. So to draw the cylindrical bar, go to surface command, go to curve driven command. It will ask you driving curve. Select driven curve. And you can visualize, untick the curves, you can visualize only surfaces. So a cylinder with open ends, you can see cylinder surface is created with open ends. cylinder surface is created with open ends. Right. So let me repeat the same command and take the surfaces. So what we do, we need to have one axis, center axis, we can say. So go to the curve driven command, select driving curve, which is the center axis, and driven curve, which is the surface. So selection with the left button is done. Now, if selection is okay, middle click with the mouse. Surface is created. To view the surface, you need to enable the surfaces. If you untick the points on the curves, you can visualize only. But remember, the front surfaces has both square and circle, right? So in our computational domain, let's say the pipe receives some fluid and other square portion is a solid part. So there is some inlet boundary condition, right? So if you see whether circle surface is created or not, you can just verify with the delete surface command. See here, only square is created. That means you need to separate a circle from a square. Like you need to segment the surface. That's what I'm telling you. You need to segment the surface. Right? So to execute that command, go to surfaces. And in the surfaces, there is a command called segment and trim surface. Segment or trim surface. Select. And it will ask you the method again. Bicurve, plane, connectivity or angle. I choose curve method. So to use this curve method, you must enable the curves. Let me enable the curves so you can visualize the blue lines. And you can see I want to separate the circle portion. So first it will ask you select the surface. This is the surface I selected. Done. And curve on which you want to trim. I want to trim along the circle. Done. Okay. Now whether created or not, it is not created. So it is problem with the view. So what you need to do, you have to change the view. You have to change the view. If you change the view, and again try to execute this trim surface command. Right? Select the surface. Done. Select the line on which you want to trim. Done. Apply. So in this view also not created. So we need to change the view. Go to the surface command. This is the typical task when your geometry has lots of surfaces and you must ensure where is the inlet and where is the outlet, and immediately you need to trim it. You should not trim at the end. It is very difficult. That's why while you are creating the geometry itself, you must know your problem specifically. Okay. So let me select the surface. This is the surface. And curve. This is the curve. I'm just trying with another view. Surface, segment, select surface. So try again this. Since not trimmed yet. Go to surface. No. trim surface, select, and this cut. This is the typical task actually. Identifying the view. Let me try this. In this view, I think the boundary earlier I selected only curve, but it was connected with this line also. So I'll just repeat the same procedure. Go to surface and segment trim surface. Select the surface. Actually, it is already separated. Let me undo it. Yeah. Now go to surface, segment, select the surface, and it will ask you curve. You can see this curve is connected, the circle is connected to lines on the left and right side, right? So I need to select those and middle, click OK. And you can visualize that. If you just delete the surface, you can visualize the circle is like that. You will get the view. Yes. You go to surfaces and show full. You can see a circular rod is created. But anyway, it is inlet, right? So there must be a circle. So if you undo it and see, once you give the naming section, it will get the different color. That can also be done. To view perfectly, let me give the naming. For that, you need to go to parts. Okay, right click parts and create part. And I just want to give pipe inlet. Pipe inlet. Name is pipe inlet. And create by part selection. I'm selecting the circle inlet. Done. Now I just want to change the color. Now you can visualize clearly. This is a circle. This is the pipe inlet. Okay. And similarly, you can create on the other side. Right? Because at the end, our geometry is like a pipe. Imagine a solid body. The solid body is a parallel pipe. Right? Now the fluid is flowing through the pipe and it was surrounded with a solid boundary. Solid boundary. Right? So what I do, I'll just go to surfaces, pick points and lines and surfaces. Okay. And on the surface command, we have explode simple one, curve driven. This is sweep surface. This command is very similar to SolidWorks, any commercial SolidWorks software. And this is creating the offset at a distance. Say, for example, you want to generate a surface at a distance from, let me explore that. Give me, untick the points, untick the curves. Okay. I just want to, let's say it is kind of some fin, right? Kind of some fin. I want to create these fins on the circular pipe. Now what I do, I'll select this offset surface, select the surface, both top and bottom. Let's say if you want only top, select, it will ask you distance. Since it is 10 units, right? I'll give at a distance of 2, middle. So I gave +2, that means that direction is, it comes forward. So I must give the -2. Undo it. Select the top surface. Select this top surface, give distance as -2, click middle. Now you can see at a distance 2 units from the inlet, a fin is created on the circle. Like that, you can create number of fins. Like this. This is also one of the useful command when you want to analyze the compact heat exchangers, because the compact heat exchanger, the same profile will be repeated at a prescribed distance. Let's say it has some 100 fins. So 100 fins are arranged at a distance 1 unit or 1 mm. Now, no need to, you need to create one profile and use the offset command to generate the bulk. So this is also very much useful offset command. Moreover, one more is this is extend surface. This extend surface means, let's say you have two surfaces, very close surface, and you want to close it. That can also be done. For that, we need to create a one more surface. Anyway, that can be done. And geometry simplifications, these are some kind of repairing. Let's say you have some external geometry, like you created geometry using SolidWorks or Furoi or Arcadia. That can be imported using go to file geometry, and there are the prescribed import geometry model. Import geometry, there are the prescribed Nastran, STL, and STEP also. Those files also can be imported over here. And if any geometrical errors are there, that can be resolved, like the geometry repairs. Simply, we can say that geometry repairs can be easily done. And as I mentioned earlier, there are some prescribed standard shapes like this box, sphere, cylindrical, and this surface with hole, and torus with some radius, and it is enclosed in some box. These are some prescribed shapes of that, right? We can use directly if your geometry is very simpler or very closer to this. So you can generate and you can customize according to your dimensions. So these are the various surface commands: line, line, point, line, and surface commands. I'll just give a 1 minute. If you have any doubts related to surface command, let me know. Okay, so I'll continue the discussion. Before that, now I'll continue the discussion. As of now, we have covered points, lines, and surface commands, and we can explore this create a body. To create a body, actually this option is very much useful for generating the unstructured mesh, right? Basically, when you create a structured mesh, we can generate the structured mesh with existing surfaces. But when you want to generate unstructured mesh, you must have a body. So to generate a body, you must have a closed, all boundaries must be closed. Let's say we have a pipe, right? If you see, we have a pipe. The pipe inlet is closed, but if you see the pipe outlet is not closed. So what you need to do, we have to create a circle, right? We need to create a circle. To do, let me go to the line command, tick the curves. That means line will be enabled. Go to surface command, simple surface, select the curve, done. So this is outlet. You can yeah, we can change the color. Go to create part by selection. Let's say this is pipe outlet. Yes, pipe outlet and middle. Select the middle button. Sorry, middle button of the mouse and pipe outlet. Let me change the color. This is pipe. So we have a closed pipe. The boundary of the pipe is closed because to generate a body, you must have a closed boundary. So untick the curves. It is not necessary now. If you want to delete the surface, you can delete. Since this is a fin, not no. I have deleted. Now I want to create a solid body of pipe. Right. To create a solid body, go to the create a body. Create a body from geometry. You can select by surface. From screen, you can select by surface. You can select on the screen what are the surfaces available. You can select each surface. So pipe has three surfaces. One is inlet selected and surface of the pipe selected, and this other end is outlet. So all three surfaces of the pipe are successfully selected. Now we just simply select middle button and apply OK. So because of outlet, there is a problem. We have to cross verify. What is that? Let me delete this outlet. For that, you need to just right click on it and there is a called delete option. Delete. Okay. So let me create a surface again. Create a body. Selected surface, surface 1, 2, and take the curves. We don't want curves now. So I'm repeating the pan command. You can just long press the middle mouse button. If you long press the middle mouse button, you can move on the screen. It is called pan command. Yeah. Now the body is successfully generated. You can visualize that. And just let me repeat it. I just undo it, delete it. So to create a solid body, go to create a body option, create a body command. There, part from screen, and you can choose by topology. And we don't want to create for the entire model. We have a specified surfaces, like our specified surfaces are only circle. So select surface. It will ask you to select the surfaces which are belongs to the pipe. So pipe inlet, pipe surface, and pipe outlet. Done. So you can see here the bodies is enabled over here. Earlier it was not there. Once body successfully created, it was enabled. So we can visualize the body as well. For that, just untick the surfaces. So one body is name of the body is available. You can visualize it. So bounding surfaces. If you just go to right click and select show bounding surfaces, And if you just scroll, you can see that yes, this is the pipe body. Because when you do the meshing, see our fluent solver visualize fluid is a continuum, right? So the pipe inside the portion will be completely filled with the fluid. So our interest is creation of or generation of structured mesh. So it is better to generate the body before you go for an unstructured mesh. In that aspect, body must be created. So the once you create a body, it is always better to visualize whether body is bounded by surface or not. So this is what actually the body you can visualize. Okay. So this is body. So like that we can create body for any body, bounded surfaces using any bounded surfaces. Yes. Let me pick the surfaces and pick the bodies. So this is how we need to generate the body. So there are no much commands in the create body and transform geometry. This is one more important command, and this is repair geometry. As just I mentioned, if you have an external geometry, let's say created in SolidWorks, even in the design modeler, which is available in the ANSYS workbench, that can be also repaired over here, but it is not that much easy because it has to identify the where are the sharp edges and repair edges like hard edges. Those must be filtered. So it is kind of some repairing technique. And moreover, the geometry which is created in the ICM CFD, it must be free from topology, right? So that what we do, we need to give the tolerance between the two surfaces. Like if we specify very less value, that means there must be no gap between the surfaces, right? Otherwise, while you generating the surface, while you generating the mesh, it will create a problem. So once your geometry is created, it is always better to check the topology. To do, go to the repair geometry and build a diagnostics, the first one. You can build a topology for all the parts, click apply. I forgot to save the work because I'm just concentrating on the explaining of all the commands since my geometry is not important to me. So I did not save. So the work, whatever maybe I did, it's not saved. But anyway, we learned 4 commands. Let me review again so that it will be helpful for while we generate various geometries during the laboratory session. Because in the afternoon, we are going to do same. Right? So let me recap all 4. And once we generate the geometry, we can apply the topology, if not a problem. Right? So let me recap all the commands which we explored. In the point command, the first one is explicit location where coordinates must be specified. And base point and delta, which is used to shift the point from base point using some distance. So the distance is described by the geometry as per geometry dimensions. And we can generate the center of 3 points using this center of 3 points command. And we can generate number of points within 2 ends or 2 points. And this command curve type, this command useful to generate points at the curve end. This is useful to generate the intersection point. And this command is useful to generate points on a line, right? If you have a one line, if you want to generate 10 points, you can easily generate. This is projection of point on the line. And moreover, this is helpful for generating the structured mesh. This is project point on the surface. So all commands successfully executed. Now go to line command. Yeah. First one is simple curve, which can be generated using existing points. Second command is create an arc using 3 points. Third one, generating the circle using either center and 2 points or 2 points and the radius. These are the ISO curves specifically used for geometries, but we are not exploring now. Surface interaction intersection, like in our curve intersection, we will get a point. And in this case also, if you have two surfaces, let's say two perpendicular surfaces, the contact line can be generated. So that line will be later useful to generate the geometry, because there may be some extended surfaces, like some surfaces can be extended from that existing line. Segment the curve, we have extensively used this command also. Curve approximation, when two curves and need to combine with some tolerance. Surface type, if you have a surface and you don't have lines on the surface, that can be generated, which is very similar to point surface, like where we used B-spline method, where we have a line but we don't have points at the end. That can be generated. Similarly, here also we have a surface but we don't have lines on the surface, so that can be generated. Midlines, to generate a midline between two existing lines using two curves, that can also be done. And next command is surface command. In surface command, first we explored simple method like generating the surface from existing lines. Second one is curve driven option. We generate one curve which is used to driving, and we select the driven curve which is need to be extended, like which is need to be generated as a surface. So this is also very important. The sweep, revolve, all are very similar to SolidWorks. So this is very much useful for generating the aerofoil surfaces. Loft surface, we can say loft surface useful for generating the aerofoil surface. This is offset surface we have generated. If you have one surface and you want to generate the similar surfaces at a particular distance, we took an example, compact heat exchanger. The perfect example again, the plate heat exchanger. We have one plate will be repeated at a particular distance. So this offset command will be useful to generate the similar geometries. Mid surface, very similar to midline. Segment a curve. So we have tried this one also, because this is very much useful to locate inlet or boundary of a geometry, bounded surface of a geometry, we can say. And this is useful to reapproximate the segmented curve. You have two different curves and you want to merge it, so this merge command will be useful. This is one more, create curtain surface, like a thin surface. This is extended surface. We can extend a surface by specifying closest point or closest line. And we also seen standard geometries which are available in the surface command. So we have to have the idea on the all, because we, according to the geometry, we need to readily pick these commands, because our mind should train in such a way that which command I must select to generate the geometry. And create a body. We have created a body using existing surfaces. That's it. And remaining are, this is repair, transform geometry. In the transform geometry, we can translate, rotate, and the translation also either linear, or we can specify rotation at a particular direction, and you can copy and you can move the geometry. All these functions means all these things can be done in a transform geometry. And remaining five commands are delete related: delete point, delete curve, delete surface, delete body, and delete any entity. If you select this, and you can select either point, curve, or anything. So this is enough for geometry modeling session. We are going to have a laboratory session on these commands, right? Parallelly, you need to do for that purpose you have to install ANSYS student version, right? If you already install, not an issue. If you don't have, you can install ANSYS student version. The procedure we already supplied you the procedure to install software in your laptop. So all of you please install software on your PC or desktop so that afternoon we can have a parallel laboratory sessions. Now you can ask any doubt related to these commands. Please repeat it, drawing a circle and trying with radius and angle but unable to get. Yes, I'll let me create a point first quickly. First point, and this is another point. And let me create yeah. So I have 3 points. Let me go to the circle command. Circle radius, I just want to give 0.5 and select points. That's it. So you need to select the center point and any other 2 points on the curve. Yeah, to install this ANSYS, you just run the setup file. That is sufficient to install. No need to give any code, because it will be terminated after some time. The license will be terminated after some time. I think Raghuvam Shigar, you got the circle or not? Basically, you will get the doubts once you start practicing. Like once you start the generating the geometry, you will face some issues. Of course, we will address parallel. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. We can address parallelly. But main motto is to uh, we must explore all the commands available in a geometry toolbar. Yeah, thank you. Participants, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. In every day after afternoon session, we will give a small quiz. It consists of 5 questions, right? So please respond, please submit the form, and also please submit the feedback. Installation details are clear. No need to think too much. You need to click the link, it will get downloaded, and installation procedure is given step by step procedure. That is enough to install software. So please follow those installation steps. Participant, I request you once again, if you have any doubt, just ask me. Explain generation of surface. Yeah. Since we already have one circle, right? We have already have one circle. So what I do, I'll just go to the create or modify surface. I just want to create a circle surface, means circle. Go to simple surface. It will ask you to select a curve. This is my curve. Select the middle button, and you can see surface is generated. It is actually in the wireframe mode. To view the solid mode, go to solid mode, and the surface is generated. You can visualize in the geometry tree. If you just untick or expand the, sorry, if you expand the geometry tree, you can visualize this is the surface is created. Please try, you will get it.